ones lately with females, that's been in situations, and after y'all tell me, what's been going on, I can tell you don't got respect for the person that you with. And this don't matter, honestly, if you're in a, gay relationship, straight relationship, whatever. When you're in an intimate relationship, if you are the feminine figure in the relationship, if you are the one that plays the feminine role, if you don't have genuine respect for the other person, shit not gonna work out. You can stay in it as long as you want. And I'm gonna say that again. You can stay in it as long as you want. Don't mean it's working out. There's a lot of people been in relationships for a long time, and there's this facade that it is something that it's not. But of course, when you see them out as they interact, you can see there is clearly something missing, that the relationship is not healthy, right? So, females cannot submit to a man that you don't respect. A lot of y'all doing one-on-ones with me. You want to know about submission. You want to kind of get a better understanding for, just being in your role as a woman. You can't do that with a man that you don't have respect for. What I mean by that is, if you find yourself, when you get mad, emotions take over and you don't give a fuck what you say out your mouth to this person. If you are out in public and you are willing to address anything in front of people about y'all intimate relationship, if you in a space where whenever the person makes a mistake or they're wrong, you no longer give a fuck about them being head of household or a leader, not going to be able to submit. If you in a space where you feel like a nigga just don't even do enough to deserve like respect, or obviously you're not going to be able to submit. Y'all following what I'm saying? You cannot submit to a man you do not respect. Everybody understand that? Y'all clear on that? So those of y'all that's in relationships where, like, you've been in it for years and the shit way far gone, if you can't restore the vibe and reestablish, like, the whole reason you got with the person, like, reestablish a bond to where there is a level-headedness when y'all communicate, a sense of privacy, an understanding for trust, a clear picture of communicating. And of course, people communicate differently. So there's no blanket way in every relationship that people should be communicating. But you should have enough respect for your significant other, your partner, whoever you're doing to do with, whoever you're in an intimate relationship with. You should have enough respect to, sit down and get on the same page as to, what is their love language? What is your love language? How do you like to communicate? How do I like to communicate? Let's reach a common ground on this. Y'all understand what I'm explaining? Flex, what up, babe? A lot of y'all females, I'm gonna say this, and then some of y'all, you may disagree, but if you genuinely listen to what I'm saying, it'll make sense. A lot of y'all taking y'all selves through a lot of shit. The reason why I'm saying that is because when you stick around with somebody that you don't respect, all you doing is setting yourself up to go through it. And this is especially important for submission. Like, if you're going to be in a relationship where I really want my man to be a leader, I really want him to live in his man, I really just want to be a woman, I want to look cute, I want to be feminine, I want to do things that fit in the category of my position in the relationship. I don't want to be a bitch mama, grandma, boss, mentor, therapist. I want to exist as a female in my relationship. You got to get out these relationships where you have no real respect for the person you fucking on. It just makes it toxic. The exchange of sexual energy mixed with no real respect outside of the bedroom for one another's positions, for just one another's existence, especially for this person, their role in the relationship as a man. It ain't gonna work out, sis. You're gonna take yourself through stuff, sis. Like, regardless of what you go through, it's going to be on you. Y'all understand this? Everybody clear on this? Somebody said, I'm a man and I've been experiencing this very kind of this form from a young woman, and I had to end it. She was rarely accountable for her actions and was constantly pointing the finger. Had to drop her. And this is what I be stressing too. Like, even for men, like when I do one-on-ones with men and y'all tell me what's going on and stuff like that, really, it comes down to almost the same question as it is when I speak to females. Hold on, y'all. it come down to the same question. Like, what are you with the person for if you're not getting what you need? So if you a man and you in a relationship and the female constantly disrespecting you, regardless of whether you messing up or not, but there is no healthy communication, there isn't a respect for roles, there isn't an understanding for men intentionally do things different than women. Women intentionally do things different than men. The way that we're going to look at situations, the way that we're going to process things that happen to us, they're going to be different. If there's no adult, mature understanding for this, what are you in it for? The same as I would say to a woman, if you know you have no real respect for this man, meaning like you don't actually even feel like he's a man, because some of y'all, you feel like you're more of a man than the man that you're with. Which I ain't even trying to defend the nigga. I'm not saying that what you saying ain't correct. I'm just trying to figure out, well, what the fuck you still with him for? What's the point of that? I hope y'all genuinely understand what I'm explaining. These are big facts. Big facts. You cannot submit to a man that you do not respect. And if you're a man, stop looking for submission out of women that ain't giving you no real respect. It's a waste of time. Ladies, you're taking yourself through excessive shit. And yes, it's your fault. Dudes, you sitting there putting yourself through the shit when you see a bitch don't actually respect you as a man. Y'all stay and try to like prove the otherwise. Like you with a female and it's clear she don't got no real respect for the decisions you make, the way you choose to move throughout your day, the way that you think, the stuff you got going on, be it right or wrong, because y'all know relationships for me are not about right or wrong. They're about understanding. Whatever you own, find you somebody that's on what you own. But to stick around with people and try to make them change ways that they're intentionally doing based on what they feel like you're doing. These are their purpose, like reactions to your actions, and you sticking around trying to change it. This is when you see a lot of y'all dudes keep trying to tell a female, man, why you gotta act like that? Or I'm saying, why you gotta talk to a nigga like that? Or because she feel like that's what you deserve. The fuck? I say you deserve it, but that's what the fuck she feel like you deserve. Y'all understand what I'm explaining? And then females, like you gotta normalize the idea of, if I don't have any genuine, like, let me be mindful of what I say to him. Let me take a second and breathe before I just project my emotions onto him. Let me understand that even after we get through this tough period, I'm still going to want him to feel like a man in this relationship. Like, if you can't think like this and process like, like this, what's happening to you in your relationship, you in the wrong relationship. I hope y'all understand what I'm explaining. Flex said ding dong. Somebody say you can't be a woman if you're trying to be a man. Absolutely. You know, I talk about that. Like, for a lot of females, there's going to come a point in your life where you're going to realize, despite, you know, all the shit you feel like a nigga did wrong, there were a lot of situations where you played a role in things getting worse and worse based on not being able to manage your emotions, not being able to understand your roles in the relationship, not being able to understand that relationships are about understanding, not about right or wrong. And then there are a lot of y'all dudes. You're going to eventually realize at some point in your life, as you mature, that I spent a lot of time with women that did not respect me. And rather it was because I wasn't mature yet as a man or wasn't ready for a relationship, I still stuck around tolerating and putting up and involving myself in things that does not serve me. And this sets you back from becoming a real leader. Like when you sit around and listen to shit being told to you or said to you in ways that are of disrespect, like that shit will change your character. This is why a lot of y'all struggle to trust anybody. This is why a lot of y'all have low self-esteem. This is why a lot of y'all feel like people being funny when they ain't being funny. This is why a lot of y'all be thinking posts be about y'all when they don't be about y'all. This is why a lot of y'all sit around and you worry about what other people think about you rather than what the fuck you think about yourself, because you sat around shit that don't serve you too long and it has changed you. A lot of y'all viewpoint is so general, it's so ignorant, it's so, oh, all these niggas ain't shit, or oh, all these hoes be lying, or oh, all these bitches just want is a nigga money, or oh, those are the bitches that you chose. Those are the hoes you laid up round. Those are the women that whatever season you was in your life, you showed them what you showed them, and they gave you their reactions to what the fuck you showed them based on where y'all was at. That is not all women in the world. That is not all females' mindset. That is not the way all women think. There are those of us females that we just want to be a woman. We want to submit. We want to be submissive. We want to be feminine. We want to be a woman. I know when I get, all I want to do is look cute and do what I'm supposed to do for me and exist in my relationship, be a helpmate to my partner. All that other shit, y'all can have it. You can have it. Y'all be with females that think they niggas, and then you know that she thinks she a nigga, and you stay. Bro, that's your homeboy, your dude, your lady, all in one, your baby mama, and you're choosing that. Same for y'all females. Y'all be with dudes that you know good and well the stuff y'all have been through. I don't give a fuck how many years you got in. The things y'all have been through, you do not respect this man no more as a man. Girl, get out that shit. Or sit down and try to restore the vibe. Restoring the vibe is actually creating new memories that are positive and centered around forward progress to the point where you create so many that they drown out the old. Meaning you start back dating one another. I've been telling y'all for the longest, 8 dates, hope, it will help. Taking the time to get to know one another. Normalize the idea that we're going to actually speak on the changes that we both went through. I hope y'all genuinely get what I'm saying. Definitely facts. 100% facts. 100%. Some of y'all females, you will realize, because I realize this, life will get so much easier when you just focus on being a woman. And you stop worrying about changing a nigga. When you stop worrying about like putting yourself in a position where you got to have a man in order to feel valuable. When you just worry about being a woman, my, how the good niggas will pull up. Like, it'll be like magic. Like, they'll just start pulling up. Good nigga, fine nigga, good nigga, ooh, fine and good nigga. Ooh, like, ooh, just everything. Like, it'll just start happening. Y'all can't let go of the things that don't serve y'all. Y'all worry too much about the shit that ain't for you. Stuff that ain't your business. Normalize minding your business. And I ain't even saying that like to be funny. I'm being dead serious. Mind your business, your mental issues, the things that are wrong with you, your money problems, your budgeting issues, your credit issues, your vanity needs, the things you need in your life to feel whole. Focus on just being a woman. On literally some of y'all ain't did that all y'all life. Some of y'all got too much resentment for the children you had and what their fathers are or aren't doing. Some of y'all, you got your attention on too much other stuff than just you. And I'm here to tell y'all, you deserve it. To spend a season of your life where you just focus on you. You're worth it and you deserve it. And I'm going to say something to y'all dudes, right? For me, it's just my opinion right now. Speaking on my opinion, right? One of the lamest things to me, my opinion now, one of the biggest turnoffs to me, my opinion now, some of the dumbest shit I be seeing with dudes, my opinion now, right, is when you sit around and act like you're a victim of a motherfucker disrespecting you when you a grown ass man and you fully capable of changing your environment and the things that you involve yourself in. Extremely lame to me. Worse than being broke to me. Like, if we was talking about things that was up there that'll put you in the category of me just like, oh, this is my opinion now. You may not give a fuck because, you know, everybody got opinions. But for me, niggas that sit around and just complain about a bitch, talking to them in a way they don't want to, handling them in a way they don't want to, you know, moving around them in a way that they don't want, like, to be around them. Like, men who sit there and just whine and complain about this kind of stuff, super lame to me. Such a turnoff to me. Don't get it. You're a grown-ass man. At any given point, you can actually make moves to set your life up to where you are stable. It's worth it for you to go into selfish season and grow and build for you. Even for some of y'all that all your life you've been living with a bitch. Because that's part of the reason why some of y'all be getting treated the way that y'all be getting treated. Because you went from your mama house and you moved in with another woman. And when you broke up with her, you moved back with your mama and then you start dating somebody else and you moved in with another woman. So you don't know what it feels like to actually have your own space and drop your nuts as a man. Cool, I get it. A lot of single mothers, a lot of households are lacking this knowledge and lacking like raising you guys to have this as being a top priority. But at some point in your adult years, when you realize like living with females and allowing them to operate as head of household to where they're covering the majority of our basics, to where I'm in a space where, you know, she's having to carry me and I don't actually have a plan for myself. You got to understand at some point you're fooling it, my G. She will not submit. She will not be submissive to you. It's not gonna go the way that you think. Dude, she talk about you when you ain't around. When she on the phone with her homegirls, they talk about how you a lame ass nigga. You could be even laying the dick. She can do all that moaning and hollering and, you know, orgasming when you fucking her. But just know when you get up, she go and talk shit about your ass with her homegirls. Especially for those of y'all that you've been fucked up for too long. Like my G, go get a plan for yourself. It's all right for you to actually take some time and just pour into you. Especially as a black man, especially as an urban man, it's worth it. Fuck what they saying about how you moving. Set up a plan for yourself and get yourself in a space where you actually see value in you. To the point where you don't just tolerate anything. To the point where you're not using people just to be able to get by. To the point where you actually get out of survival mode. Because it's lame. And I'm going to tell y'all something. It has nothing to do with having a bunch of money, the nicest car, designer clothes. It has everything to do with just being stable as a man. Being able to just stand on your own without a bitch being able to hold over your head. The shit they doing for you that has to do with your basics. What one woman won't do are other women who won't give you half the trouble. It's all about what you deserve for what you feel like you deserve for yourself. All this shit I'm talking about is really centered around self-esteem. Because it don't even really matter what kind of person